And what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Designated Players and MLS Podcast. Fun Game Friday is back, my friends. We are here, as you've seen in the title and the thumbnail. We are doing Tenable. We are going to give each other a topic of sorts, and we're going to have to list 10 players from that topic. So it could be anything related to MLS, and we are going to try and complete the puzzle. I think you guys know how this works. So I'm going to introduce the loser of today's challenge. Connor, how are you?
Calling his shot early. That is bold, my friend.
Yeah, I
You know what
figured I'd
I'm
go
waiting
early.
for? I'm waiting for when we finally start to play the tennis games. It is tennis season. That's why I got the tennis hat on. Roland Garros going on right now. So, when are the tennis games coming?
Listen, my guy Kyrgios better be slaying it out there because he's the goat.
Well, he's slaying nothing because he's not playing anymore. So,
I'm telling you, I spent like 90 minutes the other day just watching tennis eruptions, and it was just him and the same ref over and over and over again. He hated this guy. It was so funny.
yeah, that's pretty on par for him.
Yeah. Okay, one sec. I was looking for my pen because we need to take notes with these topics. We don't do scarf for the week for these. We just jump right into it. So, for example, we are going, actually, I'll do this. Connor, first or second? You want to go first or second?
I want to go first.
You want
I
to
don't
go
know what that
first?
means, but I just want to, whatever going first means, I want to do it.
All right, I am going to give you a topic, and you're going to have, because this is our first time back, we'll do unlimited time. You're gonna have unlimited time to guess the topic. Okay. You
Guess
have
the topic.
well, not just all right. Quiet down. You have
Okay.
unlimited time to fill in the topic. Okay. You have three lives, and if you get them wrong, you are done, and you end on whatever the number of points you're at. We're gonna do two boards each, and if it, we'll do it. I think what we do is we'll do a total number of points. So, we've got 20 total points. Closest to 20 wins, and if it's a tie, we shake hands, we move on. Sound all right?
Well, shake metaphorical hands because we're not physically close enough to shake hands.
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Very
Are you coming
soon.
back?
Very soon. Well, we got some things planned for the future. Maybe not pod related, but we'll be there.
Live episode of the podcast? Is that what I'm hearing?
We not in that situation. We don't need to get canceled on that. Um, all right, are you ready? I'm going to give you your topic.
I'm ready. Got the
And I will
notebook
tell you this, I like your notebook. I will tell you
ready.
that this topic has 53 possible selections. So you should
Wow.
be able to knock this one out, okay?
This must be the easy one.
It is the easy one. Can you name for me 10 brother duos who played in MLS? You and
Oh,
I were basically brothers, so I figured we'd switch it up and give you MLS brothers to play in the league. What I will say is I preface this by saying they had to have made an appearance. So you cannot pull out Kaká and De Gallo because De Gallo never actually made an appearance for Red Bull, even though that
was
is
never
a
gonna bring that on. I literally didn't know
I
Kaká
talk about
had a
that
brother.
all the time. The fact that you don't have that in your pocket
That
is
is the first
disappointing.
time I've heard you ever mention that in my life.
That's disappointing. Well, can you give me 10 brother duos? I'll let you know if you are right, and we'll keep moving on.
I can't believe this is the easy one.
Oh my God. I think once you get on a roll, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Does it count as two if I get both
No,
brothers?
no, so it's 10 pairs. 10
So
pairs. And they're
I gotta find 20 people. Are you
there are
gonna give it to me if I get one of the brothers?
no well, if you get one, you should get both.
Um, all right. Well, it might be here a while. So I feel like he came here and made an appearance. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm gonna just throw out a guess. BWP and Sean Wright Phillips.
That is correct. BWP, one of the only groups of players to play on the same team.
I should have wrote this down because I had somebody else in mind and I already forgot. I also don't know if he's made an appearance yet. I feel like he did. I feel like he at least made one sub appearance. I'm thinking Quinn Sullivan and Kevin Sullivan.
Quinn and Kayvon Sullivan, correct. We'll give you that one too. That's two and two.
Okay. Sean and Dylan Nealis.
Sean and Dylan Nealis, that's three. Very nice. Yeah, see, I told you. Now, once you get going, you're gonna knock these out.
Don't be so sure about that one. Because I feel like I'm already hitting a wall. Oh, brother.
Nice.
That's the theme of this one.
Yep. I'll give you that one. That's funny. I'll tell you that A lot of them are recent. There are a lot of recent ones on here.
And I'll tell you, I don't think that helps me too much.
Well, of course it doesn't. You don't actually watch soccer. You hate this game.
That's true. I only care about tennis. They don't have to have played at the same time, right?
Nope, nope. Just made one appearance at some point in MLS.
The Higuain brothers,
Higuain Brothers. I will give you that if you because can you give me the names?
Fede and Gonzalo.
There you go. I'll give you that. Because you could just be like, oh, the Jones brothers, and be like, oh yeah, that's right. Now Higuain, of course, you
Higuain
could
is
get it.
kind of specific. That's not
Yeah,
like saying
you could
the
get away with
Johnson brothers.
it. I'll give you that.
I feel like it's got to be like I think Higuain and the Wright Phillips brothers feel like a bit of exceptions. I feel like a lot of them have got to be American or Canadian. That's just kind of what I'm leaning towards. I also feel like there's going to be a lot of scenarios where it's like one guy played a decent amount and the other guy had like an appearance or like a couple of appearances. I'm really struggling to think of other brothers, honestly. I know there's going to be a bunch where it's like, oh, should have thought of
Yep.
that, but I feel like Red Bull always have brothers. These guys love brothers.
That's where I had the idea from, I'll be honest with you.
Trying to think of like the current team, like Choupo-Moting. No. For a second, I was like, oh, Pogba, but no, none of his brothers have
Not
played here.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet, but it's a rumor. Go check out that episode.
Nice.
Man, I am really stumped on this one. Oh, oh, Owen Wolf and Tyler Wolf.
Owen Wolf and Tyler Wolf are good. Yep.
I'm trying to think down that path now. I was like,
The path that doesn't involve one single team from the league. I think that's a good call.
man, for some reason in my head, I was like, surely there's got to be another Berhalter out there. There just has to be. There's not enough Berhalter. But I don't think Seb Berhalter has a brother that I can think of in the league,
I will. You're missing some obvious ones.
obviously. Carl Steele, Nacho Heel.
Carlos Heel, Nacho Heel, check.
Okay, I only need four more.
I'll tell you, in terms of appearances, like appearances made in the league, between the two of them, because that's how it's sorted, you're missing the top five.
All top five.
All top five you're missing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to really.
Lock in and dig deep. Yeah.
I gotta dig deep for this one because I think I have it. I just don't remember the other brother's first name, but I'm pretty sure Piatti's brother played here. Obviously, Ignacio Piatti. I think it was it Pablo Piatti.
I don't think they're related at all.
Really?
Are
There's just ironically two Piattis in the
yeah.
league. All right, fair enough. I mean, I'll take the strike for that then. I could think of like a few father sons for some reason, but like I'm struggling on the brother one.
You know what's so funny is I actually was gonna go father son on this topic, but there were so few of them it wouldn't have worked.
Juan Jones, Brandon By, no. New England feels like another one that's had it. I know they had Carl's heel.
You already did that one.
No, I know. I feel like they had another brother. I don't remember. No, no. I still don't have any of the top five.
No, you do not.
Jalen Neal. I know he's not there anymore. I'm just thinking anybody LA adjacent now.
Oh man, I'm gonna get a PhD by the time you're done with this one.
Well, maybe ask an easier one next time.
This this has 51 options. This isn't hard.
It is for me. I'm really blanking. How could I not think of like any brothers? I don't understand. James Sands and Will Sands.
James Sands and Will Sands is correct. Still missing top five.
What can I say? I like the niche pick. For some reason, I was like, I'm channeling it more when I sit like this. So I'm gonna go back to this. Really like lock in.
I'm gonna make sure we have this shot for the thumbnail. That'll be really good.
Giving you thumbnail images.
There you go.
Come on, I only need three more. I can get this.
You definitely can. This is not out of your possibility here. I can't
I
wait
need
for the
inspiration
fans at
from the Scarfall again.
I can't wait for the fans at home to scream at you.
They can go ahead. Well, you're gonna cut this up, so it's gonna look like I did it way faster.
I'll keep a running clock.
That's cruel. You don't need to do that. Seattle. Oh, surely Seattle have had somebody. Surely. But who? Stefan Fry, not that I can think of. Cleveland, no. Jordan Morris, not that I can think of.
You really started going down a list of Seattle players and you pulled out Stephen Cleveland. What the hell is wrong with you?
Well, because I was thinking back to front at first, so I was like, all right, I'll run
But
through
still,
like all the
how does Stephen?
goalkeepers.
That's criminal.
What? He was with Seattle. Oh my God.
Thank
This
you.
is rolled on.
Yes, that is number two on the list.
Yeah, okay. You know what? I deserve all the hate comments.
Yes, you do. I'll tell you the of the top five, there's one clear one. There's one that I think you would get if you dug deep, and two of them I don't think you'd actually would get. I think those are a bit too tough for you. But inside the top 20, 25, there's a good handful you could still get.
hmm hmm okay, Seattle. We got the clear ones from Seattle. Now all I can think of is like ridiculous Seattle names to pull out because you got me thinking about it before with Stephen Cleveland. I'm thinking like Paul Rothrock. Uh, I can't even remember how to say his name. It's like Georges M. I can't remember the last name.
Manungu.
Yeah, pulling out every youth academy player that's come out of Seattle. I'm only two away. Surely I can get this.
I believe in you. I do believe you are able to do it before we turn 45 as well.
Portland. All right, I see Portland on the wall. Let's go to Portland. Kerpow, not that I can think of. Miller, McGraw, don't think so. Oh, Bryce Duke and Cam Duke. Okay.
They're not on the list, so it'll be a strike no matter what, but not even on the list.
Are they not related?
They are not related, at least according to Transfer Market.
What is up
Cameron
with this
Duke
league?
Cameron Duke is the brother of Christian Duke, who is retired.
What is with this league and having people with the same last name? That's not like a common one. It's not like this is like a Jones. Like Duke and Piatti. And you're telling me they played at the same time and they're not related.
Two strikes,
All right.
two to go.
Matt and Nick Beasler.
Matt and Nick Beasler are number three on the list. So you're still missing number one. That was the one I thought if you dug deep you'd get it because that was one of the ones when you were saying like, oh, there's probably one who's played like 100 billion games and one who's played like Matt Beasler played like 300 games, Nick Beasler played like 10.
Oh God, I just need one more. I so badly want to just make up a brother for Michael Bradley here.
I would love for you to do that because then we can move on.
I have to. I'm like determined to get this now because I'm there. I'm right there. I got nine. I mean, listen, you could help me out. You could drop some hints.
The first one you're missing is so egregious, you don't deserve hints.
Um, I'm gonna kick myself whenever I hear whoever this first one is.
Yeah, you probably will. Yeah, you probably will.
I really. I'm shocked BWP didn't play enough to put him and Sean in the top five, honestly.
Sean Wright Phillips played, I think, five times.
No, I
It
know, but
it
I
really
figured BWP played enough to get him like just by himself in there.
well that tells you how much this other team played, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
Can you tell me if they're current or former?
Nope. No, I cannot.
That's all right. I didn't want that hit anyway. I want to do this legit, but I'm struggling big time. Who is this number one brother pair? It definitely is just so obvious. Oh my God. Oh, I hate this. I hate you and I hate this.
Cool.
I hope you know how stubborn I am. I will sit here and get this.
I've known you for the better part of 15 years, so this isn't going to shock me much.
Has it been 15 years already?
Freshman year, when we're about to hit our 10-year reunion, so
Oh God.
isn't that
That's
wild?
disgusting.
Yeah, it'll make you sick.
It does. It makes me very sick. Almost as sick as this question. God, I'm like getting to the point where I feel like I'm guessing every person. I'm literally thinking of like every single possible person in this league without a brother.
Yeah, seems it.
Who is this obvious brother pairing that I'm just not thinking of?
Put it out there. We started recording at 6:15 or it's 5:15, give or take.
I'm trying my best, all right?
We're going on an hour for the first question, dude. This
I
is
said
so
give me a hint. You won't give me a hint.
so bad.
I will not be as stubborn on the other ones, but I got to start off on the front foot.
Don't
Okay,
think
so
through them. Think about.
I'm gonna break down the logic here. So if the top people seemingly would have had to have played in this league for a while, so surely,
Put that phone down.
sorry, it's a work phone.
Sure it is. You text your boss. Help. Help.
Can you do you know any brothers in Major League Soccer? All right, forget it. I gotta move on. I can't do this anymore. I know these guys aren't brothers, but I'm just gonna say them so I could be wrong and we can move on. Uh, Derek Jones and Dewan Jones.
Derek Jones and DeJuan Jones is incorrect. You will finish on 9 points, which is not bad, by the way. Just putting it out there. Connor, let me see if I can find it on the wall here. It's one of my favorite scarves. Right here. Who's the most when you think of the Portland Timbers, who's the first name that you think of?
Diego Valeri.
Who's the second name you think of? You got the first name right.
Uh oh. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I completely overlooked him.
Diego and Yimi Chara in the first place spot over like 300 or 400 combined appearances together. That's because Diego Chara's played like 900 games on his own. Other names that might have worked if you remembered your MLS history, Jamar and DeMarcus Beasley. That was
Nope.
probably going to be a stretch. You were talking about other Red Bulls, Jared and Peter Stroud, LA
Nope.
Galaxy, Gio and Jonah Dos Santos.
Ah, that one I should have got.
Yeah, Cole and Sam Bassett.
Okay. I did not know Cole had a brother.
Yeah, that one was a stretch. Kevin and Remy Cabral, of course, because we all love our friends there.
Oh,
David and Matthew
Kevin.
Chaunier.
Who? Oh, Matthew Chaunier. David Chaunier. I didn't
He
know
was
that
he
one.
was there before Matthew. Brendan and Paxton Aronson.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah,
bad
that's
one.
fair.
RJ and Brandon Allen. That's one for the Red Bull New York City fans. Mackenzie and Julian Gaines. That one might have been one you could have pulled from.
That would
Bright
have been
and
helpful.
Bright and Daryl DK.
Bright?
Um, Andras and Kike Struna. Duh.
Duh.
Anthony and Nick Mercanich. Wayne and John Rooney. Talked about that one a bunch too. That one you should have known.
Yeah, because I remember
Uh,
John Rooney.
Andre and Justin Reynolds is probably the last that you were gonna get because
I
everybody.
I appreciate that you think I could get most of these.
No, I'm saying like people that you've even heard of. Like the rest of them are like brothers who played in like the 90s. So those are the only ones that I could think of. 9 out of 10 is not bad for your first start. But now that we've wasted an hour of our lives and gotten even closer to our Wednesday night kickoffs, why don't we get to your next your next one?
Okay. Well, I will give you one that I think will be pretty quick. It is a specialty of yours.
Hmm.
I have put together the top 10 goal contributions in New York Red Bull history as of 2024. Name for me the top 10.
Is it just the top 10? It's not like 10 of the top 20?
Just the top 10.
Ooh, interesting. Well, we'll start with Bradley Wright Phillips.
Yes, sir. Number one. Yes.
Give me Thierry Henry.
Number two.
Give me Sasha Kljestan.
Number seven.
Ooh,
Well, joint six, I should say.
sure. Danny Royer.
He is joint with Sasha. 6'7".
So this is interesting, right? Because then now you're going back and saying, okay, well, do I try and pull some Red Bull strikers from like the early days? Obviously, Jaime Moreno not included because we don't recognize him as a Red Bull.
Here's what I'll say. Don't overthink it.
I would say I can't. It's got to be the big names. So I feel like Lloyd Sam didn't do a lot of scoring and assisting, but Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
Lloyd Sam.
Lloyd Sam is tied for eighth,
Nice.
halfway there.
Yeah. The problem is my Red Bull knowledge goes really niche. It doesn't really have the big hitters. Like I can pull out Austin Deleuze right now, and that's not obviously going to be on there, but can I think of the guy who played in front of Austin Deleuze? Probably not.
We'll start thinking of Austin Duluth.
So now like names pop into my head like Mike McGee and Eddie Gavin, but I can't remember how long they played there. I think guys like Kenny Cooper had like one really good year and then bounced. But is that enough to get him in the top? I doubt it. Oh, Tim Cahill maybe? Yeah, Tim Cahill's up there.
Tim Cahill's your first strike.
Really? Wow, okay.
Let me
Because I'm trying to
see.
think back to the Shield era, right, where you had guys like
Tim at 22 for just for the regular season. 22 goals and assists.
interesting. That doesn't make it into the top group. Okay.
Nope. I will tell you, friend of the pod was even higher than him. Not in the top 10 though, so I don't mind saying that.
Omir cleared that?
Amir is 23.
That's awesome. Good for him. I want to say Eddie Gavin was there for a little bit, but I don't want to burn a strike there. Because I can't pick any strikers because all our strikers suck.
But your current strikers suck. I can tell you you're missing number 3, 4, 5, 8, and 10.
Okay. And all of them I should get. Like there are no like weird ones in there.
I mean, listen, you're asking me. I'll tell you, I know three of them, two of them I didn't know. If that gives you any context to your question.
No, that's it. That gives me good context. Clint Mathis.
Clint Mathis is number 4.
Yeah.
Four more left.
So 3, 5, 8, 10. Really been a while since we've had like good designated players too. Like we can't even rely on them. I'll go with Eddie Gavin just for giggles because I don't want to be here too long.
Eddie Gavin is your second strike.
Yeah, I thought so. I think he left too early.
Yeah, he's joint with Omir at 23.
Oh, so he was close. Okay. Part of me wants to throw in like a Kamar Lawrence who just was always serving in crosses from the wide area, but I think that's a stretch to get into the top 10 here. And I'm thinking like yeah, I need to brush up on Red Bull history, I think. That's kind of my what I'm taking from this. I'm gonna throw Kamar Lawrence in there just to move on because I don't think it's Dax. I don't think it's Felipe. I don't think it's Sean Davis. I don't think it's any of those. I mean, Dax maybe. I don't think he's gotten enough assists to get into that, but give me Kamar Lawrence.
Kamar Lawrence is a crazy guy. No, Kamar Lawrence is
Oh, yeah.
wrong. That's your third strike. I will go 10. I'll move 10 and up so you can hear the rest of it. We'll start at the bottom with, correct me on the pronunciation, John Wolniak.
Wally got in there? John Walnack, yeah.
Wolnack.
That was one
Yes.
of the guys I was thinking about as in like how long was he here? Because when I remembered him playing, he scored the only goal in MLS Cup '08, but I was like he was kind of older at that point. So I'm like, how long was he here? How long did he play?
Next up at 8 was Dane Richards.
Nice. Dane's a good pull. Didn't even think about it.
I'll tell you, those were the two I didn't know.
Oh, Dane's my boy.
Number 5 was Amado Guevara.
Okay. Yeah, that's a he was another one I thought was only here for like he showed up, won an MVP and bounced. That's what I remember him.
Well, he won an MVP with a lot of goals and assists.
That he
I
did.
guess he was here for longer than that because I doubt he got 61 in one season.
No, I don't think so either.
And number 3 was Juan Pablo Angel.
Oh, wow, that's a bad one. Oh, goodness me.
Well,
That
now
that one
we're
hurts.
even on bad misses. We're
Yeah,
even on.
that one hurts. That one hurts. Yeah. Are you ready for your next one?
Of course.
Your topic, can you name to me 10 forwards in 2024 who scored less than 5 goals? So the criteria for this, by the way, they had to have at least 900 minutes played or 1090s on FBref. And then I sorted it because FBref has kind of like forward, midfield, defender categories. I sorted it by forward listed first. So, for example, if
Okay.
somebody was a midfielder and then also had forward listed, like Georgi Mihailovic, I removed him. So essentially, this is taking in wide attacking players and strikers.
And they had to have played, what do you say, a minimum of 900 minutes?
900 minutes. Yep. And this is in 2024 FB refs list.
Okay. I like this one. It's different.
Figured you would.
All right. Let's think low scoring teams. If we're saying less than 5 goals, if they had five, that doesn't count, I'm
No,
assuming.
four or less. Yep.
Okay. Who did not score a lot last year? San Jose was garbage, mainly because of their defense. All right, New England. New England was also bad, but who played striker? It was Vrioni, but he definitely, I think he had a little bit of a better year last year, so he definitely top five. So it's not Vrioni. I'm thinking like Chonkalai, but I don't know if he got 900. Oh, I don't know if he would have hit 900. Do I want to potentially strike on my first guess? Why not? I went too long last time anyway. I'm gonna throw out a guess of Miguel Berry.
Miguel Berry is not on the list. Yes, he had
Oh.
828 minutes. So you were very close.
Oh my God. 828.
Strike one.
Okay. NYC, Lonzo Martinez scored plenty. There's a bunch of wingers. I don't know if they would be considered forwards though.
They likely would, is what I'll tell you. They likely would.
Okay. They had to have hit 900 minutes. They had so many wingers that I feel like there's a good chance some of them didn't get it, but it's did they hit 900 minutes? Like Julian Fernandez pops into my head, but it's not my guess. Now I'm jumping back to Portland. Give me João Klaus.
Joao
I know he had a tough year
Klaus.
last year.
I don't have Joao Klaus on my list either. Joao Klaus did have enough minutes. Yes, he had 5 goals. So he just missed out.
All right, back to back, just missing out.
Yeah, strike two.
All right, let's try to hit closer to home. Atlanta. Obviously not Yakumakis. I think Rios had more than five, but Tiare, I think, might have been below. It's just a question of did he get the minutes? He definitely had a couple starts in there. He would have had to have 10 starts going the full 90. I doubt he went the full 90, even if he did start 10. He scored a few, but I feel like he's just short of five. Before I lock in that guess, I'm just gonna flip through wingers. Okay, I'm gonna guess this one first. You'll have to tell me if he qualifies or not, but Jean de Silva.
Jean de Silva is there. You get another point. Well done.
Okay. I think Saba got enough, I want to say. I think he got at least five. So I don't think he'll be on it. I'm gonna throw out the TR, I guess, as well. Jamal TR.
TRA had 6 goals in his time. So he also does not. You finish 1 for 10 out of a possible 31, making me feel pretty good. I can get back in this. Some names that you might are going to kick yourself for. Thomas Chonkalai is on the list.
Ah, dang it.
Chris
Should
Mueller,
have stuck
Dylan
with it.
Barrero, Tyler Boyd, Jacob Schaffelberg, Year of Omir, Yuri Tavares, Augustino Heda, the New York City winger, Sergio Santos, Corey Baird, DeAndre Kerr, Kai Kamara, Teal Bunbury, Gyasi Zardes, Celio Pompeu, Benji Kikanovic, Calvin Harris, Esmir Bajraktarovic, Daniel Shallowy, interesting, Matthias Kokaro, Timu Puki, Nokvi Thorensen, Logan Farrington, Monsef Bakrar, Diego Fagundes, Johnny Russell, Diego Rubio, Dante Van Zier, Sebastian Kowalczyk, and I believe that's it. I believe that's it.
Should have got Dante Van Zier.
Yeah.
That was a miss.
All right. So what is it? It is you have 10 now. I had 5. So if I get 6, I win. If I get 5, I tie.
No, you had
Oh, I had 6. That's right. I had 6.
yeah, you had six.
So I need 4 to tie, 5 to win. Give me my topic.
You'll get it. You'll get it. This last one's not too difficult. I think you'll get all 10 on this one if I'm being honest.
Ooh, wow. Don't pressure me or anything.
All right, sir. Are you ready?
Yep.
Can you name for me 10 players who transferred to England and came back to Major League Soccer? Now, I will preface this by saying their transfer out from MLS originally had to have gone straight to a team in England. However, they could have bounced around in Europe and then come back, and they would still qualify,
Okay,
if that
and
makes
it's
sense.
and it's all time.
All time. There are 23 options here.
Yeah, this is a good one. I like this list too. I'm going to start with the GOAT, Tim Howard.
Timmy's obviously there.
Clint Dempsey.
Clint Dempsey is correct. Clint went to Fulham.
Loans don't count.
I believe it is just full
Full
sales,
transfers.
not loans.
Okay,
Yes. So
because
like
I was about to see.
Ariola, Jordan Morris, that kind of stuff wouldn't count.
Gotcha. Because I was about to say like, oh, like I couldn't remember if Landon Donovan went to Everton first or wherever he went in Germany, and that wouldn't have mattered because they were both loans, I think. Does it have to be first division?
Nope. Any team, any division in England.
So Kai Kamara to Norwich.
Kai Kamara is correct, but Norwich is not. It was to
Really?
Middlesbrough.
Was it Middlesbrough?
Yes.
Interesting. Was th-
Norwich might, oh, hold on. I'll look that up while you
Do
keep
that
guessing.
because I've got another one. If I remember correctly, do they have to start in MLS? Like, could we have brought them in, given them to England, and come back?
I don't believe they had to have started in MLS. I think they had to have
So
been in MLS, transferred
gone
to
to
England,
England directly.
and
So
then
like Miguel
came back at
Almiron.
some point.
So like Miguel Almiron counts.
Miguel Almiron does count. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
How about Roger Espinoza to Wigan?
That is correct. You officially got your five, but finish out your 10 here.
Look at me pulling Roger Espinoza before. I actually had Roger in my brain before Miguel, which is bad.
That's because you're a sicko.
I am.
I am going to say this, and hopefully it puts the pressure on you because you've already secured your win, but there are some very easy ones on here that you're still missing.
No, I'm sure of it. Because a lot of the ones that popped in my head, like right off the bat, were all Netherlands, right? Bassett and Mihailovic. Yeah, Mihailovic was out to Josie was out that way too. Oh, wait, no, Josie wasn't. Josie went to Sunderland first, right? Wrong.
Is
No,
that
he went to
is that your
AZ
guess?
first. No, I'm speaking to myself. He went to AZ first. Josie, no, he went to Valencia first, and then went to AZ, and then went all the way. So he's out. Michael Bradley and Roma. I'm thinking goalkeeper too. Like I feel like there are a couple who came, went back, left, like Tim Howard. I think this is going to be wrong because I think he went to Turkey first. But I'm going to say Brad Guzan.
Raguzan is correct.
Really?
He went to Aston Villa.
I thought he went Turkey, then Villa, then Middlesbrough. But I think
Could have
maybe
been could
Turkey
have
was
been a
in
loan.
between. Or oh no, Turkey might have been Brad Friedel.
Yeah, Raguzan never played in Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey was Brad Friedel. That's right. This one might. What about Brian McBride?
Brian McBride is correct.
Nice.
To Fulham.
Oh, that's stupid. Zach Steffen.
Zach Steffen. That's correct. Do I even need to say where he went?
He got that good oil money and bounced, baby.
Yes, he did. And now he's back.
Smart man. So now I'm thinking back to like Project 40 guys because that was like the whole point of Project 40 was like prep for the whatever. And I know DeMarcus Beasley played at Man City, but was he at PSV before Man City or did he go Man City to PSV? But because I've won the game already, I want to move on. DeMarcus Beasley.
DeMarcus Beasley is incorrect.
Yeah, he went PSV first. Okay. No problem. Bobby Convey, because I know he left at some point.
Bobby Convey is correct.
Yeah.
He went over to Reading.
I was gonna say Middlesbrough. I was like, it's not Middlesbrough.
What do you got? 3-6. No, you just need one more.
I need one more. Are there
Yes.
some pretty clear ones still there?
There are still a few layups in here, I'll tell you that.
Gotcha. I'm just trying to stick the goalkeeper out because that's the only thing we've done is sell goalkeepers over there. I don't think Casey Keller started in MLS. I think he just came back afterwards. I don't think we already talked about Friedel not doing it. Yeah, I just started going down a whole Belgian route too. Andy Nahar, Kamar Lauren, Sasha Kleshkin, like that whole crew.
Well, we're not talking about Belgium.
No, we're not. No, we are not. You got the Scottish failures, right? Chris Mueller, for example. I got two guesses to get one. How about Matt Miazga? Let's end it on Matt Miazga.
Of course, Matt Miazga's on the list. How do you not remember that?
Because I was thinking about players who played in 2003. He
I
wasn't
know
even
you
born
were.
then.
I know you were because you're a
Yeah,
sicko.
yeah.
Yes, Matt Miazga went straight to Chelsea.
And then came back because he didn't actually do anything at Chelsea because he's a bum.
I'll tell you, there's a few former Red Bulls on this list.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure.
Do you want me to go through the rest?
Yeah, hit me with a couple of them.
Tim Ream went over
Yeah,
to Bolton.
good one.
I'll tell you, like half of this list ended up at Fulham at some
That
point.
sounds about right.
Fulham loves their Americans. Sam Nicholson went over to Bristol Rovers.
Oh, okay. I thought he would have gone back to Scotland.
Jeff Cameron,
Oh, Stoke.
obviously over to Stoke.
Yeah.
Yep. Dane Richards went over to
Dean
Burnley.
Richards?
Yeah, went to Burnley.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Juan Agudelo,
Where
he
did we
went over to
sell him to?
Stoke.
That's right. He went to Stoke too. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Breck Shea, another Stoke boy.
The goat. It's just Stoke and Fulham. And where are they now?
I know. The only other name I'll throw out there, there's a couple, there's a bunch of notable names in here. The only other one I'll throw out there because it was semi-recent was DeAndre Edlin over to Tottenham.
Yeah, fair, fair. Well, I'll take the W on that one, friend. It was a good run. It was a good challenge. I had a lot of fun, even though it was very frustrating. For those of you who are listening, this was a 2 hour recording that is going to be cut down to like 25 minutes. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening and watching. And we hope to see you back on the next Fun Game Friday. We're going to do a little bit more tic-tac-toe. You guys seem to like that a lot. And we got some other things coming too, so make sure you stay tuned for all of that. I'm Andrew. That's Connor. Thanks so much for listening. And we'll see you next time on the next episode of the Designated Players and MLS Podcast. See ya.